Hotel workers of Reddit, what is something guests do that gets under your skin the most? Was a hotel room cleaner when guests put used untied condoms in the toilet, under pillows, under the bed, on the tea and coffee tray, basically anywhere, and not flushing the toilet. It's disgusting. Regular guests that would interrupt you when dealing with other customers like they are more important. This drives me insane. I've started my own hotel justice system where if someone interrupts me while I'm speaking to another guest, I tell them I'll be with them in a moment and then answer my fake phone call once I finish the first interaction. You'll wait, and you'll like it. What got to me most was the number of times I was used as an example by parents when their kids were misbehaving. For example, if I was cleaning the windows and a child was being noisy nearby, a parent might say, if you aren't good and don't listen, you'll end up cleaning windows for your whole life like this man. Completely dehumanizing, demoralizing, and just a bit of a crapbag thing to do anyway. Happened so many times I lost count. Wish you could have said back, and if you continue listening to your parents, you'll end up being a condescending butthole with a superiority complex like those two. We had guests open the minibar fridge, drink the beer, pee in the empty bottle, screwed, put the cap back on and went on their merry ways. Next client, old gentleman with his daughter, took a swill of pee that day. When they try and do sneaky things. Example 1. Poking holes in the bottom of the cans in the minibar. We caught a few of these but only after other guests noticed, so we had no idea which guest did it. Example 2. Taking a crap in one of the drawers and leaving it there. Any conversation that starts with a belligerent "I'm paying for the room." Yes, we know. The concept of the hotel is familiar to us. I am giving you money in exchange for goods and or services. Working front desk right now. I have no luggage carts because people bring them in their rooms and keep them overnight. Some people keep them for their whole stay over multiple days. When I used to be a bellman, the biggest fights we'd get into with guests was when we told them they weren't allowed to take a luggage cart, and that we were the only ones to use them. They would always gripe about it just being an excuse to squeeze them for tips, even though it was really just because all 10 carts would be stuck in various rooms within minutes if we just let guests take them. I hate when guests treat every minor inconvenience like it's the one thing that ruined their vacation. I read the feedback we get every single day and people give us horrible reviews because of things like I had to wait a few minutes for the elevator and the noise level in the lobby was a bit high. I don't get how people are so sensitive to the tiniest things. Like if you are that way at home, I feel bad for your spouse or whoever you live with because it's horrible to be around such unnecessary negativity. My GM recently started this red light green light BS to show how our reviews rate. Any review below 8 switches us to red light and we're expected to feel bad about this. The 2 reds we have gotten since implementing this. The lights in my room were too dang dim, and a complete non-answer. Just a 7 rating and no reason. So, yeah, it's been a fantastic idea. I worked in hotels years ago and the amount of people who order room service and answer the door scantily clad is astonishing. It's your room, guy. If you want to lie around with your balls out, that's totally fine, just PLS we give you a robe. Throw it on before opening the door. Hotel building maintenance here. Honestly, most people are okay, if a bit weird, but I can't stand the unnecessary damage of drinks and hyperactive children. We literally had a guy last week pee all over his bed before sleeping in it because drunk him decided it was a hilarious idea. The next morning he demanded the bed be cleaned for him when he got back. He's staying for a few weeks with a few other guys in other rooms for a local construction project. His boss had a good laugh of it when we called to explain we're charging the company for the cleaning fee. Even if dude isn't personally held responsible, the boss we contract with is a funny guy and having the scoop on a bedwetter probably have him some leverage. Also, people who break or tamper with things in their room to try to get to discount. Like seriously, we inspect the rooms after each cleaning and also our clean rooms get checked every day. We know it was working before you were in there. Worked hotel maintenance. If you accidentally break something in the room, be honest and let the front desk know. 99% chance you won't be charged for damage. It also gives maintenance a heads up to fix it at our earliest opportunity and not have to rush to fix it when the next guest finds the damage because the housekeeper didn't report it either. Where I worked, if a guest reported the damage, they wouldn't be charged for it. If they just leave and don't tell anyone, they'd be charged a damage fee, usually about $100. Yes, we can do that. It's on the paperwork you sign when you check in. I used to do security for a DoubleTree in my city, and everything was perfect, super cake job, until the winter weekends when kids hockey would start up and both the Americans and Canadians were absolutely terrible. Parents just getting absolutely plastered and not paying any attention to their kids playing knee hockey in the hallways, kids using chairs to try and block doorways so I couldn't get through and get to them. It was a 5-story building and every floor had an interior balcony that ran around the inside and moron kids would climb up on the railings and stand up. Just the absolute worst, and the parents were always 10 drinks in and would just scream and yell when you try to tell them to actually parent their kids. Valet here. When guests flat out explode on me at the front drive when I politely tell them they have to go one level down to get their vehicle as opposed to picking up out front. They are told this when they arrive. I didn't build the hotel. I didn't place the office downstairs. I didn't place the key safe there. You know this. Chill the frick out. A lot of guests just assume we know who they are. How am I supposed to know by face name all 300 rooms when I'm a bartender and seeing you for the first time? Also, the amount of people on checkout that try deny all room charges despite us having their signature on each one. Former housekeeper here. People would spit their chew into soda cans and leave them in the room. I would grab them and think they were full of old soda, dump it in the sink, and promptly would gag at the horrendous smell. I have a long-standing hatred of people who chew now. Y'all nasty. Guests complaining about the size of the rooms and how everything is so basic. You literally booked the cheapest hotel room in the whole city. That's what you get. Honestly, the insane expectations. It's not the worst thing, but it's by far the most common. Like, buddy, you paid $120 in tax for a 2-star hotel room in Midtown Manhattan on a Saturday night. No, it doesn't come with a waterfront view. No, there is not any room service. Install seamless like the rest of us. Christ. Also, if you want 2 beds, book 2 beds. Don't book the extra cheap tiny room and then put in a request for a 2-bedroom at the same price, because that's not how that works. Used to work in a very nice hotel downtown in a heavy tourist traffic city. If you're staying in a nice hotel in the middle of one of the most traveled entertainment districts in the country, quit getting mad and acting surprised when everything costs money. Yes, parking costs money. Yes, breakfast costs money. Tea instead of tips. You'd be shocked at the number of female guests who think a flash is as good as cash. Sorry ladies, but a glimpse of your knockers isn't going to help this bellhop knock out the rent next month. I work at a hotel in a small, beachside Florida town. Our town has very little parking, and we advise our guests of this, especially during peak times, that we, as well as the entire city and all other surrounding properties, will have to restrict parking to only 1 vehicle per guest. I do understand that it's not always the best, but people who've been coming here forever know that in high season there is no place to park, so they begrudgingly will find a way to carpool, but not everyone does. Oftentimes, many locals will rent a room and then invite everyone to come on over, which in itself is a violation of our rules if you go over 6 registered guests, and of course, everyone has to bring their own car. Not happening, because if you bring more than 1 vehicle, you are taking someone else's spot. So, of course, it's the stupid sense of entitlement that somehow gets me that people from out of state, up to 1,500 miles in some cases, can drive here in 1 vehicle, and yet you can't carpool from 50 miles away. Our security officer got one lady one time, of course, because she's a special snowflake who the rules do not apply to. She brought 3 cars on a sold out day. We don't have room for that. You are on your own to try to find, if it even exists, off-property parking for your other 2 cars. Good luck. Well, she's not having it. Of course, she throwing a fit about not being able to have 2 extra cars. Our security officer stood firm. Finally, the lady says, "You're full of crap." The best response our security officer ever had to anyone. "No, I'm not. I took care of that this morning, but thank you for your concern for my good health and regularity. I laughed so hard I had tears in my eyes. He put her in her place, and she had no choice but to move her cars off property. But it's the sense of the rules don't apply to me, and so what if I inconvenience someone else, as long as it's not me. Worked a summer in Spain, Gran Canaria, as a part of a new kids entertainment program. The crap I saw was unbelievable, from parents dropping their kids off at 9 AM and forgetting them to pick up at 6 PM, or showing up drunk, which kind of forced me to ask the kid if she wanted to play some more until their parents were sober, to kids just throwing stuff and hitting other kids because they lost a game. In general, the most annoying thing is parents just completely neglecting their kids, causing the kids to tear up because I have to tell them mommy and daddy aren't coming yet because they were stuck in traffic, whilst they were most likely on the beach drinking tequila. The thing that will always stick with me is a little girl who was on vacation with her parents and another couple, maybe uncle aunt. This girl got dropped off at 8 AM, even though we weren't open until 9, by a parent with a hangover, and they didn't pick her up until after the kids show, which was from 8:30 9:30 PM. Because of this, the girl never ate with her family, causing her to miss meals a lot. This family stayed for 2 weeks, and in the last week the mom, drunk of course, showed up at 10 PM to pick this girl up. Because I was getting kind of sick of the parents' behavior, I kindly requested her to drop the kid off on time, pick her up on time, and for God's sakes, eat dinner with her kid. This woman just lost her crap, screaming at me that I can't tell her what to do, that I should do my job and take care of her kid, and that I should stop trying to steal her kid with gifts. I bought the girl a swimsuit from my own money because she didn't have one, and we had swimming games. Next morning the kid shows up at my room, on her own, with a blue eye and her lip torn open, at like 7 AM. I immediately take her to the head of the hotel, who called someone from the med bay and the police. I tell the boss all that happened and that the parents were neglecting and beating their kid. 15 minutes later, 2 drunk parents show up, screaming I should be fired for kidnapping their kid and that they are demanding a huge sum of money from the hotel. I'm not sure what really happened to the girl, although there were rumors the parents got sued for child neglect and she moved to her grandmother. After this happened, the hotel gave me a paid stay at their hotel for the upcoming 3 weeks I was supposed to work there. Honestly, it's when the locals boast about knowing the owner, you already got a big discount. Stop asking for everything free you think you deserve. I was working at a hotel that did a free night for locals during the off season. 2 adult entrees and $50 cleaning fee equals 1 night stay at a hotel that goes for $1,200 a room in season. The number of people who would complain and try to get a free meal to go with their free room was astonishing. As a housekeeper currently on her way to work, I think I needed this thread to vent a bit. 1. Please answer the door. I know people don't want to deal with us and you want us to clean while you're not there. I prefer it too. But don't yell at me through the door. If you answer the door, I just say hi, do you want housekeeping now? If not, what time are you leaving? The door between makes it much harder for me. 2. Don't refill those water bottles in the room with tap water. Honestly, we have a sign saying what it costs. If you don't want to pay for it, just drink the freaking tap water you poured in the bottle. I check in every room if the seal is broken, and you get charged anyway. 3. Don't leave your DND on for the entire day if you want service. Housekeeping is only on 4:30, so don't take your sign off at 4 PM and get mad when we can't clean your room. We put cards under each door that clearly states if you don't remove the sign by 3 PM, you can only get towels from front desk, not cleaning. 4. Lastly, please recognize I also want you to enjoy your stay. I love talking to nice guests, and honestly, if you are nice to me, I will go out of my way to help you out. Don't act like you are entitled to the universe because you're paying to stay at our mediocre hotel. Honestly, when people treat me in a friendly way, or tip me, I give them all the extra crap they could need. Specifically with turn down service. If you don't treat me like crap like half the people I talk to every night, I will give you like 6 of those little chocolates, man. I worked at a Hard Rock hotel. The most annoying thing was probably the wannabe reality TV star 40-somethings that would stay at the hotel and try to relive their youth. And by relive their youth I mean act like obnoxious teenagers who act wealthier than they actually are. Had one guy nearly blow up at me because he thought I included a tip on a $200 check, When I informed him that was the tax, he just sighed and threw it back at me. Not showing up for your reservation on a busy, sold out night and not letting us know you're not making it. I get a lot of walk-ins and phone calls asking if a room is available, but normally can't sell them a room that's already booked reserved. Some people are just looking for a place to sleep for the night. Reception worker for an international chain of hotels here, breaking an obvious rule they have been informed about 10 times and then come to the reception to scream at my face. I will talk to your general manager in the headquarters, another country, sure. Fill in the complaint form, make that long and expensive call and let me know when they confirm what I have just said. I am a housekeeper at a nice, smaller sized, family-oriented hotel in Atlantic Canada. It is a franchised property but is a part of a huge chain. 1. Bastard jackal children running up and down the halls. Some even like to knock on other guests' doors at 10 PM and shout housekeeping. They honestly think it's hilarious. 2. People just coming up to my cart and taking what they want. Towels, shampoo, etc. Just ask. 3. People staring at myself and my fellow housekeepers as if we are actual aliens. It baffles me how many people don't understand that we essentially keep a hotel running and they barely know we exist. 4. Don't ask me how much I make. Don't ask me if my work is seasonal. Don't ask me anything that is not related to your stay and general comfort. I work overnight as a front desk supervisor. Most of the time, the most irritating guests are the ones who have stayed at the hotel previously and get mad that policies change. When I started working front desk 3 years ago, I could copy paste a dang credit card off of a reservation. Now I don't even see a number, and we have to swipe the card in person. No online payments are supported. This drives people insane, and they always jump straight to the "well, it wasn't a problem when I stayed here last year" argument. It's incredibly frustrating having people who don't understand that policies change, that those changes are not in fact my decision, and that they're done for their own good. All the time we had someone fapping in the lobby bar. Hotel pianist here. I hate being photographed or filmed, but I keep a cool head by telling myself that at least I know they like my playing. Some Japanese tourists, however, the whole group came to my piano mid-performance and positioned themselves one by one behind me while a designated photographer took pictures of them. I mean, come on. At least ask if it's okay. Give a tip. I'm not a rare attraction that need be documented. The crap is distracting. This conversation. Hi, do you have any rooms? No. Sorry, we're sold out. You don't have anything? Nope. We're all booked up. I just need one bed. I'm sorry, I don't have any rooms. I can call another hotel for you if you want. So, not even the honeymoon suite or anything? No. Sorry. But like I said, I can call another hotel if you want and see what's available. No, that's fine. Mother sucker. Are you serious? This is a gold spongegar. It only appears once every 1 million spongegar memes, like in 5 seconds or bad luck. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.